Hello, good afternoon and welcome. And thanks for joining me in this section today. If you're in class, please just go to the comment section and say hello or just say hi so that let me know I have one or two persons with me as we start today's class. So my name is Etuk and I want to welcome you all to this section. In today's class, we're looking at a very interesting topic. I want to welcome you all to this. So today we're looking at a very interesting topic, which is how to build a portfolio website using GitHub Pages. We'll get straight to it, and I want to welcome one or two persons that are in class already. Thank you very much for joining me today. Now, the first thing we want to look at is why do we need a portfolio? Why do we need to create a portfolio website? What is it? Now, look at a portfolio website more like your online office, more like your online CV, a place where people can get to see the projects you have done. So if anybody wants to do anything data, especially for data analysis, if anybody wants to do something with you, they would love to see what you have done, projects you have completed. And your CV cannot carry all that information. So your portfolio is a place where you showcase all the projects that you have completed. That's one key part. Then number two, a lot of persons have asked me why GitHub, why not use other platforms? Yes, you can use other platforms, but I prefer GitHub. One, GitHub is the social platform for tech professionals. So being on that platform, one, it helps to showcase you as a professional. Number two, also, GitHub is more like a library where we have different books. So you being on GitHub is like one of your books is also on GitHub. So others can also come in and then see what you can do. So by the end of today's class, we want to build something very simple and something very interesting. Let me just show us what we want to achieve by the end of the class today. It's a simple portfolio website that you can show to anybody anytime, and the person can look at it and say, wow, this is something I'm looking out to get, or somebody I would like to work with. So let me just show us a sample of what we intend to build by the end of today's class, and just give it a second to load. So this is what you will build. So by the end of today's class, you should be able to build a portfolio like this. It has different sections: the about me, the skills, what I do, and then your projects listed, and you can have a contact me section. They can contact you directly. They can also download your CV. So if I click this, the person that wants to connect with me can download my CV. They can click here to link, take them directly to my LinkedIn profile, and also they can click each one to see specifically the projects I've done. For example, you can click here to read more. If you want to read more about the projects, you can read it either on Medium or LinkedIn or any other platform that I use for exhibiting my project. So this is what we want to achieve by the end of today. So I'll take it step by step, and I make sure that everything is easy and soft for everybody. So let's start with the first one. The first step in creating the GitHub account, the first step is to create a GitHub account. So just go to GitHub and sign up. Signing up on GitHub is for free. So just click on GitHub and we can create an account. So what we're doing, I'll call this step one. Step one is to create a GitHub account. Now you need to sign up. I want to assume you don't have a GitHub account, but if you have a GitHub account, you just sign in and you take it from there. So we can just say we want to create a GitHub account, and we can look at the email that you have. So let me use frame of power 24. I just created this email so I can use for this class frame of power 24 at gmail.com. Okay, it's showing that this email is available, frame of power 24 at gmail.com, and I'll click continue, and it's asking for a password. So let's say okay, hope I'm using the right password. Let me use something easy that I can easily play with. Okay. Okay. So It's ask for a username. I would suggest to use something very simple so that it does not complicate issues. Okay, Etuk has been taken. Let me say Etuk 24. Etuk 24 is not available. Okay, so let me say Etuk 25. Okay, Etuk 25 is available, and we'll click on continue. Let me see the password that I 1 minute. Etuk 25 is available, so we click on continue, and it will ask you to verify your accounts, and just click on the verify button. Okay, we turn this to face the same direction with this, and we say submit. It will send us an email. Okay, we should check this other one. The direction is the same, and then we click on submit. Number 2 done. Okay, number 3, we'll submit. All done. Okay. Now they'll send a code to your email, a verification code. Just come to your email and quickly refresh the email. This is the code. And copy the code here and just paste here. Okay, so the code is okay. So frame of power24 at gmail.com, and the password is hope the password is correct. If the password is not correct, then we need to do something else. Okay, so the password is correct, and we just need to fill in this section. I'll choose student, and I'm building this for just me, and say continue. 2 things that you're interested in. You can say to start a new project and to connect with other developers, and you say continue. So we'll take the free option, scroll down here and just select the continue for free. And good, step 1 is through. We're in GitHub. So we're through with step 1, which is to create the GitHub account. Now we have our GitHub account. Later you can come here, set your profile picture and set your profile, all that. You can do that on your own. But let's get straight to step 2. Step 2 is to create a repository. Now a repository is more like a storage space, a folder to put all the things you want to work with. So click on create repository, and it will ask you to give the repository a name. Let's call it portfolio. Portfolio, it will check, yes, it's available. Allow it to be public so that others can see it. Then also add a README file, and then click create repository. So that's step 2. If you're following me with this, you can drop the questions in the comment section, and I will answer them as we get long. Okay, somebody say, can we use our normal email address? Yes, you can use our normal email address. I just use Gmail. You can use Outlook. You can use Hotmail. You can use Yahoo. So can you please record this section? It's recorded already. Okay, so thank you. Let's continue. Now we have done the second part, which is to create the repository. Now the third part is to create the file. Okay, so we come to, with our portfolio selected, we're in the portfolio part, so just come to add file and say create a new file. So we'll create a new file, and then we'll call it _ config.yml. So that's the file we use, and then we'll click on commit changes. When we click on commit changes, it's similar to saying save your work. So that's what we just did. So save the work. That's what we mean by commit changes. Just click on commit changes. We have the file. So we have our README. We have our config.yml. Now, in the config.yml, we need to install a theme. So it's just like in PowerPoint, for those of us that are very good with PowerPoint. When working with PowerPoint, you have different themes. You can pick any one. So the step 4 of our discussion is to set the theme in config.yml. So click on this to open the config.yml. Then come to this pen so that you have edit this file. And there are different themes. We'll use one. First of all, let's give the title of our page. Let's just call it Etuk. So you can call it any other name for you. You can add a description but I'll just save time. So let me just get straight to theme. You can I've created an ebook for this, and I promise that the first 100 persons I'll give them this ebook free in today's class. So at the end of the class, I'll show us the link on how to get the ebook. I added other things that you can put in here, but for now we just want to use the title and the theme. For the theme, we're using a theme by Jekyll. So thanks to this developer, so theme dash minimal. So we have other ones too that you can use, but we're using the Jekyll theme and we're using the minimal version of it. So click on commit changes. Remember, commit changes is same thing like saying to save your work. Now, after doing this now, so the next thing we need to do is we need to now set up the page. So come to settings and enable pages. So we want to enable pages. So come to pages. We're not touching anything. It's only in the branch that we want to change from none to main. So just come to branch, change from none to main, and then click save. As easy as it is, we have created the web page. So to see what we have done, you can go to actions. Just come to actions, and the page is building and deploying. Now, for those that have web development background, you understand that you create a page, maybe you're using WordPress or any other thing, you put the theme, you start editing. So what we're doing at this point, first, we have just created the page. Now we want to see what we have done. While this is building, let me quickly answer some questions in the comment section. Okay, Austin B, thank you for responding to that question concerning the recording. While this is on, if this is your first time in my channel, I would encourage you to click the subscribe button. And if you got value from this, you can also hit the notification icon so that whenever I come up with new videos, you can always be part. Now the build and deployment is complete. Let's just look at it. Click on it, and we'll have, you can see your portfolio page is set here. This is the link to the portfolio page. Just click on it and it will open. So congratulations, you have your portfolio web page. From this point, we begin to edit. So the first thing is just to create the page. We have it up, then we begin to edit. So step 6 now is to edit the web page. Now let's go back and we come back to the main section. The next thing we want to do, we want to add some images that we can use. We want to add some files, but I'll take them in batches so that it will be easy for us to follow it. So while in portfolio, we want to come to add file. In this case, we want to upload an image. So click here. If we try to compare, this is where we are. This is what we want to build. So we have done this part, which is this. Now we want to bring in this image. That's where we're heading to. So it will ask us to upload the image. Just click on choose file. And I have all the files that I intend to use for this project. They're all here. So I pick on a particular image. The image should not be more than 1 MB so that it will load and it will work better. If the image is even more than 1 MB, GitHub will tell you that you can't upload it. Okay, so we have the image uploaded here, and we just click commit changes. Okay, so this is the image. Now we need to add the image to our theme. So what do? We need to copy the image path. So click on the image. It will load here. What we need to do is the meatballs button, more like the hamburger menu. So click on it and you will see copy path. So we copy the path and then we come back to config.yml. So, and we edit it. We want to edit it, click the pencil. So let's add something like a logo and then we paste the path that we copied and then click commit and say commit changes. So for this class, I'll keep the action button open so I can view the progress. So this is more like a progress button. If we click updates, you can see it's not there yet because it's still uploading. So we'll just give it some minutes to upload. Okay, somebody said, what's the difference between Google Sites portfolio and GitHub portfolio? If you have a Google Sites portfolio, it's okay. If you have a GitHub, it's okay. Some persons can use WordPress. Some persons can use uh, data analytics, think data science IO. They are different. Some persons can use Wix. Even Canva can also do the same thing. You can use anyone that is convenient with you as long as it serves the purpose. Okay, the build is complete, and we come back and we refresh the page. The picture, it's here. That's very good. Now let's get to this section, which is our main work for today. How do we structure our GitHub page? What and what should we include inside? For me, I will recommend 4 basic things. You can add other things. But number 1 is add a section called About Me. Number 2, add a section about your skills. Number 3, add a section where you show all your projects. Then number 4, add a contact details section. These are the 4 key parts in a portfolio. You can add other things, but number 1, don't make it too lengthy. Number 2, don't reduce the number of pages. Somebody looking at your portfolio may not have time to go through page 1, page 2, page 3. So as much as possible, reduce the number of pages. In this case, in this class, we're using just 1 page. Number 3, reduce the number of clicks. So if you put a particular project, just put a summary and a click where somebody can get the full details. So if we put too much information here, it can be distracting. Why not just have only some few pages so that and some few pages and the main image? Then if the person is interested, the person can click, then get the full details of that particular description. So let's come to the content section. Now, to really understand the content section, we need to understand markdown tags using GitHub. It will take a long time for us to have that full discussion. I'll just show us an example of 2 or 3. Then I'll give us access to a particular file I've created already. You can take that file and then edit that file. What I did with the file, I added a lot of things that you may want to add, from emojis to images to links. And I added this custom table that you can create a custom table like this on your own. So you can have that file and edit it further. But let me just do a quick introduction so it will not sound strange. Now let's come back to our our GitHub. Then we come to README. So it's in the README that will edit everything that will appear here. Now, just like those, I understand HTML. When it comes to HTML, we have markups that we use when writing the code. So the beautiful thing in doing this GitHub is we don't need to write any code. We're just using some markdown tags. So we click on the pencil to edit. For example, if I come here and I say I am a data analyst, I'll just do 1. And if I say commit changes, just that it will take time. So it will build, the system will build this for us. Just give it some, give it some minutes to build. I just want to refresh and get sure that it's appearing. It appears here. Okay. So while the build is on, now let me go to my system and copy the text I've written already. And like I said, you have access to these files. I'll make it available that you can simply copy and paste. I'm trying as much as possible to reduce the coding and the scary part, because what can distract some persons in things like this is it has too many things to, there are too many things to do. So what we'll do, we'll simply, okay, it's complete. So if I click refresh, you can see I'm a data analyst. So that's how simple it is. You're not writing any code. What you simply do, you just edit this and the system will update for you. So let's click edit. We'll delete all this and then we'll paste the code, Ctrl V. So the text is not even a code. So everything is here and I can explain what each can do for us. So we have the hash tag. So the hashtag is used for the heading. If we want the heading to be while this is, let me commit this. So okay, so for the headings, we can use the hashtag. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it depends on how big you want the letter to be. Then you can just type the text directly. To bring in emojis, just like we have here, what we do, you can hit the window. If you're using a a Windows system. So Windows colon will bring the emojis. You can pick any one that you want to use. Okay, then we continue. If you want to change the text to italics, you use 1 asterisk before and after the text. Then we can use the double asterisk to indent. The key, another part again, is if we want to add image, we use exclamation mark, then square brackets. Then we add the link to the image. So these are some of the tags that you need to understand how to use, but it's not complicated. Everything, what I've done is I added description to each section. You can see, for example, I say section 2, list 3 to 4 of your key projects. Section 1, these are all comments to guide you while you're building it. So if you check, I did not waste time to write any code. I just went straight to add, copy and paste the file. So I will encourage you, just take the file, edit it. Now let's see what we have done. If we come to this point and we refresh, that's it. That's how fast. This did not take us how many minutes to get to this point. So we have the content in our portfolio. We have the About Me section. We have the Skills section. We have the projects, and we have the contact details. Those are the 4 key parts to include in your GitHub. So let me just show us how to edit this, because we're through. For us to be able to come to this point, it's like we're through with the class. So the About Me, we can leave this section. I will not. Okay, so I'll just remove with experience across sales, that, and that. So we come here and simply, with experience, I delete this. So I'm doing this so that when you're building your own, you can. It's very easy. You can come here for each section. You just copy and paste. Or alternatively, I can go to my LinkedIn and then copy my description in my LinkedIn. So let me go to LinkedIn. I'll copy the description section of my LinkedIn and then paste there, just to make us comfortable with the update. So hello, I'm Etuk and blah blah blah. Hello, I'm Etuk, a data analyst, a data analytics coach, blah blah blah. That's okay. And then I delete this last part. Okay. Then instead of saying what I do, I can change this to skills. And the skills, you can simply write your, so you can say data cleaning and transformation. And you can add a description. If you don't want to add any description, you can just delete all this, let it be straight up. And you can say data wrangling. If the spelling is not correct, just forgive me and correct it while working on it. And I can delete this. So if we commit changes, I just want to show us what we just did. So the same way you can go through this file, you can see now we have just these 2. The same way we can go through the file, it's loading. You can go through the file and just update everything that we need. Then this section, instead of portfolio, we can call it my projects. And we can list the different projects we've completed. So instead of having a predictive modeling and hypothesis testing using Titanic data sets, you change it now to your own project. Let me say in this, how I helped Auto Style Limited to increase sales by 24% in 6 months. So this is a project I did, and it has to do with sales. And we discovered that a particular branch is not doing well, and if they switch the resources from that branch to another location, it can help them increase sales within a particular period. So that is the project there. We just see what we have done so far. Commit changes. Now let's refresh the web page. Remember, we changed this section. Remember, we changed from what I do to skill. Then we remove this right up. We only had the heading. So if we click refresh, you can see it updates automatically. So this way you can edit your GitHub page. Okay, the next part I want to show us is the images. You can see the image is showing error here. When we come here, these images, while it's showing error because we have not added the images to our page. So let's work on the images now. wait for this to build. While it is building, so let's go back and then upload the images we want to use. So come back to, let's come to the main interface, and we come to add file, and we say upload more files. So what I'll do, I'll upload all the images at one time. So choose files. We need the dashboards that I want to show. So just pick your best works. Please, if I know a lot of persons in the beginner level as data analysts, it's always sales. Please try and reduce the number of projects you put on sales and attrition. I think these are the two popular projects I've seen. For students in my class, I tell them seriously, sales and attrition is one of the least projects you should include. So include things like, if you have things on financial analysis, if you have things on production, if you have things on cost variance, on procurement, on supply chain, these additional topics, this is where persons are interested. So pick your best project, good looking dashboard, and short description. Okay, so I picked the project. I've selected the files, and I click open. Okay, so the files we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are the files, and immediately the upload is complete, we just click commit changes. Okay, so while that is on, let me see how, for the questions in the comment section, I will handle them. Let's just continue. So we need to put the images, and I arrange the images by their number 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number 1 should be the first image. Now I need to fix that first image here. What do we need? We need the path. So click on the image to show here, and we come to the meatballs button, and then we click copy path. Then we get back to our README. So click on README. We edit the README file. Then we come to this section. So how I helped AutoStar Limited to increase sales by 24%. Now you can see the section for the image. Now what we want to edit is what is inside these brackets. That's what we're editing. The content inside the bracket. If I zoom in for us to see. So the content inside the brackets, just Ctrl V. So we changed it and added our own one car project. Edit that for us. Let me just move this so that we have commit changes, and then we click commit changes, then we commit. So while that is, if we click refresh, okay, we just wait for the upload to complete. Just wait for the build to complete. Okay, I think there's something there. If we click on this and we come back here, let's see image. Okay, good. So now we can see that we have the image 1, and the other image is 2, image 2. So that's the same way to add the images. So 1, we've talked about how to edit the text. Number 2, we've talked about how to add the images. Now, how to add links to your LinkedIn. Now, what I would suggest you do is, before now, you should have created more like a write-up for this particular project. It could be via your LinkedIn or Medium or any other platform. So we have all the projects. The person looking at your project can simply come to read more, and by clicking read more, they can get to your LinkedIn and then have more content. For example, if I click read more, it will take us to, I'm using this as an example, it will take us to my LinkedIn, and you can get full details of the project. You can see projects, a breakdown of everything that has to do with the project. Okay, let me take it slowly. So this is where the full description of the project, we have all of them written here. So that's the benefit of this. And we go back. So the final part we want to do is, okay, quickly somebody said, how do you link the LinkedIn parts? So simply copy the URL where you have the particular write-up. Let me bring up my LinkedIn, for example. I'll just take this. So this is the part where we have the write-up. So just copy the URL. And when we come to the README file, this part where we have the link, you can see from here where we have the HTTP, just edit this. So instead of this, we just Control V, meaning we just paste the new one. Okay. So we just paste the new one and, sorry. So we delete this one and we paste the new one. And we commit changes. That's how it is, as simple as that. So whether it is from LinkedIn or from Medium or from any other site, for those that use Tableau or Power BI or Excel, Office 365, you know that you can have the interactive version of your work, or even those that use Python. So these interactive versions, you can just put in the link. So when they click here, it will take them to the interactive interface and they can slice through the data and get more details. That is all. The last part is your CV. So how can I upload my CV? Or how can I upload some of the reports? Instead of submitting it as a link, we can put the report as a PDF file. For example, for this particular, let's come to this particular project. Now we want to add a downloadable link where instead of going to LinkedIn, you can download the PDF of this document. I did a sample here. Let me show you the sample. So if you click the sample, okay, I know we're showing 404. We have not done uploaded the file. So let's work on this error now. It's not an error. It's just because we have not uploaded the new file. We have not edited the document. So let's come to the documents. Sorry, first let's upload the file. So come to code and come to add file, upload files. It's a PDF document. Choose file. This is the CV, and where's the document? So this is the document. So click on it and click open. So what I did before now, the report, instead of putting it on LinkedIn, I created a PDF document for us to have the full reports, and we click commit changes for the system to update this. So we have it here. Now let's copy the path. So it's as simple as that. Copy path, paste, copy path, paste. Just simple and straightforward. I really appreciate GitHub for this. Now you can see the complete PDF document. It's the car sales project and the full reports. All we need to do is to copy the parts. Click here and copy the parts. Then we go to our design. That is our readme.md. And we come to this section. Let's say we want to paste the link, how I helped auto style, and we have the link to this. So we want to paste the URL. So Control V, but we'll not just use Control V. We need a href. I kept a sample of href here. So let me copy this. We'll just simply edit. So copy it and paste here. Then I take this one now, Control X. So inside where we have 17 .pdf, we just paste it inside the double quotes. I say download the full. So let's say download the full reports here, and we commit changes. So while that is loading, while that is building, the same way we added this one is the same way we can add the CV. So in this particular project, let me see if the CV is connected. Yes. In this particular project, the CV is also connected. So by clicking on that button, the client or the recruiter can also get to see my CV directly. It's straight on that platform. So the last part we'll do is now, how do I promote, how do I push my portfolio so that others can see it, and I can, if I'm doing something that has to do with jobs or other things, it can come in very fast. What does the green mark on the sub skills do? How do we add it? Okay, so the green mark there is an emoji. It does not do anything. It's not clickable. It's just there. It's just an emoji. The same way we added this one. If you're using a Windows system, you click Windows colon. It will bring out the different buttons. Okay, somebody said. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Peter. I can read your comments. Okay, how did you add LinkedIn? Okay, we've answered that one. How we added LinkedIn. So how can you help to zoom the words you're pointing? Okay, I've added that part too. Okay, so we have it here. Let's just get this going. Now when we click, you can see we have download the full PDF report. So when we click on this, it gives us the PDF file. This is very good. So complete 29 pages, full report of this particular project and every recommendation we made at the end of the day to the clients and the company. Okay, their Lagos branch, Osun State, Ogun State, Oyo State, Ondo State, Ekiti State. And we also did diagnostic. We did not only do descriptive analytics, we did that diagnostics. We come down to this point and we also did prescriptive analytics for them at the end of the analysis. Okay, so that's how to add file. The same way we added this file is the same way we did with the CV. Okay, so thank you very much. That was a straight one. Two things I will add before we close this. Now, after building this, what can you do? You need to start promoting it. If you go to your LinkedIn, now that you have created this, you copy your the link to your portfolio. Now add it to your CV. The top part of your CV where you have, after your name, your email, your contact details. Your contact details, you add your LinkedIn contacts. Also add the contacts to your portfolio. Whether it's PDF or Word document, when the clients, they get it, they can click on it and it will take them directly to your portfolio. Secondly, add it also to your LinkedIn. I can quickly show us how to do that, how to add it to your LinkedIn. Let me bring up LinkedIn so you can add it to LinkedIn too. So if you go to your LinkedIn and then go to the views section in your LinkedIn where you add your article, you can add it as a link there. If you visit my LinkedIn, you will see I did a part of it on my LinkedIn. Let me see if it's there. If I can view it from here. Okay. Okay, so I'll quickly bring up my LinkedIn and I'll show us that particular one, and we will end with that for today's class. But questions, please let the questions keep coming, and then we'll add further details. I want to thank everybody for being part of the class. Now, I told us that the ebook is also ready. The ebook is also available. I'm giving it out for free. Everything we have discussed, but in an ebook format. So to get access to that ebook, simply what I'll do, I'll drop the link. It's just a form that you fill. It does not ask you of anything. It's just the main thing is your email. So one, I can send the link for you to get access. I'll place it on Seller, but it will be for free. So you can go there and download it. So that's the aim of the form. Secondly, whenever I have classes like this, I can simply send you an invite via your email. That's the reason for that. So if you check the comment section, I've placed the link to the form. It's a Google form. You can simply click the form, fill the form, and submit the form, and you have full access to it. So I want to thank everybody for being part of the class today. It's a short one, and I'll keep doing more classes like this to help everybody as much as I can, especially those building and doing stuff when it comes to data analytics. Okay, someone said, please, can you fix a class for us on how to have a Microsoft account to be able to publish our projects? Okay, Microsoft account, if you're doing, especially for those that are using Power BI, you want to access the Power BI service. That may not be an open class because we need to twist one or two things. Okay, someone says, how can we add links to our projects? I've done that already. Apart from 4 components you mentioned, is qualification not important? Qualification is also important, but be careful not to add too much information. Because we have our CV, there is somebody can also say, okay, what if our qualifications and our certificates and our experience and that. You can see as you're adding more details, more information is becoming a bit distracting. So that's why we have the CV. Add your CV to your portfolio. So just limit everything to something short, straightforward. And when it's short that way, it encourages the desire to read more. It will encourage your viewers to read more. So just make it short, but you can add other things. It's okay. Someone say, okay, is there a mistake? If there was a mistake in the write-up, can we and want to edit it? Yes, you can edit it quickly. Please, I'll end this class in the next, say, 5 minutes. You can quickly come here and click the pencil and then you edit. Okay, somebody said, okay, thank you. Said, if you have 2 skills, data analysis and cybersecurity, how can GitHub page be used to showcase both skills? You can showcase both of them. You can create 2 sections for the skills. Personally, in class, I normally tell people that you can add. It's better to use 1, but if you have to, like you said, not 2, yes, add the 2, then create sections. So 1 section will be on data analytics, 1 section will be on cybersecurity. But please don't add 3, don't add 4. It becomes a master of many things. So it's better put 2, promote 2 per time, then later you can add other things. Once again, I want to say thank you, everybody. Somebody said the form is not opening. Let's quickly confirm that the form is, somebody said the form is not opening. Let's quickly confirm that the form is opening, and I just checked on it now. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a fine day. When you're through with your work, you can simply post it on maybe GitHub or on LinkedIn or any other platform, and remember to tag me. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please, I would recommend you subscribe to the channel, click the notification button so that when I'm coming up with my next class, you'll be part of it. And guess what? My next class may likely be a full project on Power BI, and we'll do that within a very short time. Thank you very much and have a very fine weekend.